How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggly with Amo, and today we're getting it previewed with. I just had this in my hand. We're getting it previewed with some more 20 strong, playing 20 strong all day long. This is Tainted Grail, the team up with Awakened Realms. Those are the later three streams we're doing. Of course, we already did Etherfields, so you can go back and watch that. We'll be doing Nemesis later this evening. I say we just because of it's a habit thing. So I think I said the same thing in the beginning of the other stream. The reason we're playing all these games, of course, is it is Tabletop Appreciation Weekend. For us, we're doing it all week long to raise money for, well, what's right here? Extra Life, right up there above, Extra Life Charities and Children's Miracle Network. For those not aware, that is a organization that, of course, gets money to help sick and injured kids, most predominantly in the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, but they do also do other work around as well. What you can do to help us out is make a small donation. So down in the link below, you can go out and donate. There is one in the chat as well. Thank you to David who put the extra life in there. You can click that as well. Any donation helps, even $1. $1 helps a lot. If you want to take one of our incentives, we have multiple calling for charity, plus the donation incentives for this entire month to enter to win some board games. With that said, let's go ahead and click over to what you guys actually probably tuned in for, not for me to ramble about Extra Life, but that's what I'm here for. You can be here for whatever you want to be here for. I'm here for Extra Life. So let's go ahead and flip over the camera. All right, so we are set up for Tainted Grail. Again, I looked at the other people that have played, and I decided to make sure that I chose things that other people haven't chosen. There are a lot of different heroes that you can choose from, a lot of different baddies you can choose from. Most of them are double-sided, so you get quite a bit of variety. And have you played Tainted Grail itself to compare? No. The minis need painted, then I can play it. If somebody leaves some comments and chats and tells me to do that, I can prioritize Tainted Grail over the many other games that we need to play here. I have both. I have the original and the Kings of Ruin. Or Kings of Ruin was the first one, and I don't know. Either way, I digress. So, how this works compared to the other 20 strong games. So, in this, you do have a deck of combat cards. We're going to be using mine are sleeved. So again, prototype copy, mine are sleeved. They sleeve some of the copies that went out based on the cards that went in there to make them easier to shuffle. These cards are, actually these almost feel like the PVC card, but they feel a little rough around the edges. So they must have been hard to shuffle. But you do have combat cards. These are going to be used to apply effects to the bad guys. That way we can actually do damage to them. The reason I say apply effects to do damage is we can only apply dice based on the color in the current round. So of course this will just keep spinning around. In the first round, that's a lot of rounds, we're going to be yellow. So we can only apply our yellow dice. However, we may have a card, and unfortunately we don't, that says apply yellow to this enemy. So for example, if you're on green, we can apply yellow to the enemy. The way that works is during our turn, the first thing we're going to do is activate an enemy. We're going to grab one of the enemies from these top locations. The purple ones here give you, one of them gives you rewards. This one allows you to draw and strike again. This one allows you to recover things. This one recover things. Okay, here it is. If this enemy is defeated, gain the Vigilance combat card. So these purple cards are going to allow us to add more combat cards to our deck, right? So the way this would occur is we can either add it to the top, which means we have to discard the top. We can add it to our hand, which means we have to, I say discard, we have to banish a card from the top. We could add it to our hand, which means we have to banish a card from our hand. Or we can add it to the discard, which means we need to discard, banish a card from the discard. Now, because you have to banish a card must exist in that location to physically take and put the reward there, right? Next thing is our big bad. This is the end goal. We want to get here to fight them. So this one has an ongoing effect that when we're fighting him after each strategy phase in which you played one card or more on this enemy, we have to add more enemies down. So the way that happens is there will be this Menhir Stack. So we will be adding cards to that stack at the end of each round, right? To activate the boss, and this is what's always different in every single game. So let us go to end game. Yep. At the start of activation, if at least 8 enemies are in the Menhir Stack, then the end game begins. So basically, we have 8 rounds. Basically have 8 rounds to do that. We will activate the boss, and then we'll go through the end game stuff. Again, probably gonna refresh that. Again, every game of 20 Strong is different. We make these our first playthroughs because we want to give a true first impressions of what we think of the game without being biased by learning the game. I don't know if that makes any sense. Also, this is what are we on? We're on Thursday. I've played 4 games a day since Monday. So 4, 8, 12, 13, 14. We're like, no. 4, 8, 12. So I can't even do math. I think we're up to 15. I think this is the 15th game I've played in the last 4 days. I may have completely lost internet connection. Oh, looks like it might have came back. You guys let me know. Let me know if it came back correctly. I've got a stream going over here, but it's still showing the clock. Because, all right, I'm in the green now. We should be good. Should be back. You guys let me know. All right, so we will go ahead and zoom down here. So, show you guys one of the cards. They did send a couple of the final version-ish cards. So, if you see there, it will have the holographic effect. Compared to the normal cards, or the cards that I've got in the prototype, right? They do not have that effect. So that does, like, one straight on, cool, but then at a slight angle, woo, and then the effects down here, that's kind of cool. I like that. So, looks like, will that be holographic? No, that won't be holographic. So, that is an example of the final cards, because as we know, Chip Theories does a good job with their deluxification, right? So we are playing Ailei. Ailei is, she has healing herbs. You can always commit and apply any ready green dice, ignoring all other restrictions. So we can always apply green dice. Yay. That's why I picked her. Figured it would be easier. Yeah, there was a blip of interaction, but you're back. Yeah. Comcast, I don't know. I pay for 1.2 gig. Comcast don't want to give it to me. Every time I do a speed test, it's like, oh, 50, 100, 300. I'm like, no, my computer does gig. I got gigabit connection. But yeah, so that's her. That's why I picked her. But she does, of course, suffer at the beginning. We only have 1 recovery. So we definitely want to get guys that help us increase our recovery. Next is Ariv. He's on the back foraging, so he's got this little ability. And then for the rest of the characters, like I said, there are a bunch. We have Fuel, which I think Mike from One Stop Kelp Shop played. We have Mabd. We have Colin. I was actually debating... Yeah, I was debating Fuel because she lets you draw a card, and I think I was debating Wolf Rider too. Which each engagement, the first activated non-boss enemy's health is reduced by the number of additional activated enemies to a minimum of 1. So basically, you can just add more enemies to do more. You have Duana. You have Delbolt, Dagon, Sloan, Nazir, Maggot, and Bior. I think Bior is the one that, again, I think his name is Daniel. Again, same guy I talked about in the last stream and for Elder Scrolls stream. And then for the bad guys are all double-sided too. So you have the Majestic Wind. This one I didn't do. He seems like he's going to be one of the hardest because he does minus damage or your strategy each turn. The Wicker Man, I was debating. He adds 3. He just adds 3 when he comes in. And then dice matching the dial color cannot be applied to other enemies, so you can apply it to him, but not the others. You have Arthur, of course, which most people were playing Arthur. You have the Four Dweller. I think maybe Mike One Stop did him. And then, of course, like I said, we're doing Orphaned Heart. And then on the back of her is Doomwing. I debated Doomwing too. Doomwing looked kind of cool. Yeah. Maggot is probably it. That's probably, you're probably right. Probably French since it's over there. Magal. I need Audrey. Audrey speaks French, Spanish, all that. The other thing to note is every single one of them come with a special card. I forgot them way down here in this corner. Keep putting it under my face. But each one has their own special card. And then if you are using a universal character, there is a universal card as well. If this enemy is not a boss, ignore its activation. Ooh, that's kind of neat. Majo? Is it Majo? I thought French was like, oh. I will get confirmation from Audrey later. Audrey and her sister both speak English, French, and Spanish. Quite crazy. Now I did luck out, and on my initial draw, I did get the sickle throw, which basically says that hits applied to this enemy deal 2 damage. Crits applied to this enemy deals 0. So this is really good at the beginning to get, because we're only going to have yellow dice, meaning we're most likely going to get a bunch of 1s and not crits. At least that's the ideal. That's my ideal state. So we get to choose which ones we want. Let's go ahead and flip this over so we have our turn order. Since this is the first time I've played this one, I want to make sure we get it right. So first we need to activate 1 enemy. These are going to be friends with them. I don't know if we're ready for friends with just having yellow dice, and I have nothing that can add another color, because the one I have adds yellow. So I don't think I'm going to do these. This allows me to draw a card and strike again. That's only going to be beneficial if we do one of these two. 3 hits, 4 hits. What's this one? Recover up to 3 dice or place up to 2 banished dice back in. Oh, see, none of that helps. That's the problem. This doesn't help. Yeah, I almost feel like I have to do these two. Take this one out to be able to do this one. But the problem is, I would have to hope I draw a card that allows me to what's the word I'm thinking of? That allows me to add green or another color. Huh. I do have, like I said, I do have this one, which would do 2 damage per single, which means I'd only have to commit 2 dice to this one if I added that card. Now, the one thing is, we do get to strike every time we do our strategy phase, right? And right now our strategy is 3. So we could strike again. One of the things you can do when you strike is draw another card. Green on the dial is bad because you already get green for free. Yes. Oh, I forgot. You're right. Let's move these down just a smidge so I can read that. I forgot. You're right. I can always commit green. Yes, when we get to green, we don't want to stay on green because I can already do that. Which means I kind of want to hang on to this yellow card for that turn. I think we are. I think we're going to do one of these two in this. So this one, a minimum of 1 die of each color can be applied to this enemy. Oh, okay. So this one, he himself is removing that restriction. Oh no, a maximum. But I still... Does he override that commitment? Does he override the commitment? That's the question, right? Because I don't know if that would override the commitment of this. Tainted Grail, you can only apply the dice that are the same color as the dial's current color. Dice that do not match the color can still be committed and rolled, but they cannot be applied. Combat cards, enemy effects, and items frequently are... Okay, so it does say enemy effects. Oh, can be applied to this enemy. Okay, so I can roll all their colors for him. This is the way I'm going to read it. If I'm wrong, somebody maybe will let us know in chat or in the comments of the video. But I'm going to read that as he is overriding it because that is his effect. So we are going to draw him. We'll bring him down, right? Which then has to bring us one more. So we're going to bring this one. The goal, right, is to, yay shiny sleeves. I probably should have de-sleeved these. Is to do this so then we can do that, right? Let's do them this way. I'm going to do them like this so I can add the cards to the right. All right. So... first thing we get to do is strike. Which is basically play a card. So if we do this one, we get to draw 2 cards and strike again. So it doesn't matter which one we add it to. So if you look here, you'll see that there are arrows. As long as those arrows connect in one of them, then you're going to be able to do that ability. So I could really add this to either one of them. Really doesn't matter. But the outcome, though, is I'm only going to have the 2 at the top, right? The bottom loses its. So if I want to use this one, we're still good, though, right? Because that still lines up the top. So, so let's put this one here, because this one can only have one of each color. This one I'm going to try to get the yellows. So we get to draw 2 cards. So we got, you may apply green to this enemy, which I can already do. You may adjust the dial to the next color in either direction. Ooh, that's nice. You may adjust the dial to the next color in either direction. All right. Huh. I need this next turn. I don't need this. All right, so we're going to do this one. Dice applied to this enemy deal 2 damage. Because when we do a strike here, we're going to hopefully get a card we can apply to them. Yeah, so this is one we were talking about where it does 2 damage instead of 1. So there we go. That was our strike and then our second strike. So we're hoping, because we can't use yellow. Well, we can use yellow next turn because of that. So for my first strategy phase, do we just want to go all yellow? Because I can only apply yellow to him. Well, no, I can apply yellow or green. Let's go all yellow. We're going to go all yellow. Oh, and I got the one I did not want to get. So, got the one I did not want to get, because that will do 0 to him. I can't apply it to him, right? And then we can strategize again, which means we get to add another card if we want. We can adjust the dial, or we can draw. So we're just going to draw another card. Final blow. Deal 1 damage to this enemy, and if it would be defeated by... Deal 1 damage to this enemy if it would be defeated. Okay, so I can't play that unless he was going to be defeated. Right now he's at 2. We needed him to be at 3. So maybe we can play this on our next strategize if we don't succeed. All right. So, do I want to add a green? Oh, I have to add a green because I can only apply 1 of each color. So let's add 2 more. All right, so we're good for him. So that's 1, and that counts as 2. So this is our third strategize phase. So we are going to apply this. So because it does that, it's going to do 1 damage. It will defeat him. Defeat it, right? And then this is going to allow us to get the Vigilance combat card. There we go, Vigilance. So now the choice is, where do I want to put this card? It's a +2 health healing. I don't need healing right now. I can't put it in discard because I have no cards in my discard. I can put it in my hand by getting rid of one of these. And I think this is good. I think we'll get rid of this, right? Because I don't need this. I never need this card because my ability. So we're going to banish that card. And this immediately goes into my hand. And I could use this in a strategize phase coming up. This was the end of that strategize phase. So this is my last one. All right. So we didn't defeat him in the order I wanted to defeat them in. That's what it is. But yeah, so we'll assign that one. We're not going to assign either one of those. So that does 4 damage because of the card. So he's defeated. Draw 1 card and strike again. But of course we can't strike again because there's nobody out there to strike. But we do get to draw the card. So we're going to exhaust our dice. You're going to discard him. Discard that one. That one feels thicker than the other ones. Maybe different sleeves. And then discard all the cards we played. Guess I gotta slide you up. There we go. Make sure we got this right. We're doing the cleanup. Suffer damage, after effects, exhaust. Recover dice. We unfortunately are recovering 1. We have the yellow. We're going to be in green. We can apply yellow or green. So we only get 1 die back, so I guess we're going to recover 1 green. Gain item rewards, did all that. Clean up, discard cards, discard combat cards in excess of our strategy. So we can only have 3 in our hand. We apply 2 committed dice to this card. They deal damage to this enemy. Okay, so here's another way that you can add a color. Move the exhausted dice down. Yeah, I'll just put them right here. Or I can put them up here. Doesn't matter. That's where I usually, well, that's usually where I do my banished dice. Let's put them over here. Yeah, there we go. So this one will also let me add other colors, because I can apply any 2 committed dice to this card. And it's just apply the committed dice. It doesn't say I have to, they don't have to be successes. So I want to keep that. Do I want to apply yellow? No, because I don't have any yellow. So we will discard that one. Right? This is what we'll keep. So, now we need to choose one of these guys to go into his pile. I'm thinking we want something with low hit points, but he's got low hit points. He'd bring somebody with him. He'd bring a friend. I don't know if I want you to bring a friend. If this enemy is defeated, skip the recovered dice step. No, thank you. Although that gets him out of here, though. So that's kind of that. I don't know. Am I going to even do a recover step, or am I just going to blast at the bad guy? I guess the question is, do I need to defeat all of them plus him at the end? Let's look at endgame. Let's look at endgame. In the endgame, you win by defeating the boss and all other active enemies. Okay. I think we're going to do him, because I don't ever want to bring him out, I don't think. What's this guy do? At the start of each strategy phase, exhaust 1 die. Ooh, I don't like him either. I don't like him either. You may apply dice of any color to this enemy unless restricted by other enemies. I don't know if I don't like these two. I could also do the weapon, if I don't want that weapon. -1 damage for each purple that's applied to this to an enemy. And I think in the end I'd want to do purple, right? So what would 8 be? Round 1, round 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess you'll be on blue at the end of the 8th round. No, 8 would be blue. And then you turn it, so we'd be purple. Definitely don't want him in there then, because it's going to be purple in the last round. I said this guy, but he's easier to defeat than this guy, so let's put him in there. So he is in there. That's 1 of 8. All right. So now we start over, right? Start over. Activate. So we need to bring down a friend. Oh, another friend. He's the same friend that I got rid of this one. So the new guy, at the end of each strategy phase, discard 1 card from your hand. Beating him draws 2 cards and strike again. I could do this guy. He becomes an item. During the suffered damage step, you may reduce your strategy or recovery instead of health, so long as that stat would not fall below 1. Damage may not be split between stats. So basically, he lets me use my other dice as my health. We could try to do a combo again. Yeah, why not? Let's try to do the combo again. So we're going to bring this in. Just going to bring him in. Let's see what we can do. All right. So now we're going to strike. So, so we can't apply purple this round anyways. We can adjust the dial to another color. We don't, oh, actually, I'm sorry, we're in green. Forgot to turn that. Already in green. I can always apply green. So maybe for our first strike, we switch it to blue. And then I want to make sure I get it back to purple, though, for the final round, now that I think about it. It doesn't matter who I apply it to. Well, it does limit to only one on the next play, which is this one. So yeah, that's fine. We'll put him on this guy. Actually, we need it on that guy. So look, we need it on this guy because we need this center one to be able to play this one on a subsequent strike. That actually works the best. All right, so I'm going to play that one. Now we need to commit dice. So we need 5 for him. Then we need 3 here. And then the find weakness, I can apply any 2 committed dice to this card. They deal damage to the enemy. Guessing 2 damage to the enemy. Yeah, I'm guessing it's 2 damage, 1 damage per die that's applied. So let's go with, oh, we can only do green. Oh no, hang on. Sorry. Forgot to turn that. We can do green and blue. So we're going to do green. Maybe I shouldn't do all my greens while I'm not in green. Let's do a green and 2 blues. All right. So that is a crit. That's a 2. Definitely want to apply that one. The other 2 are misses. All right. So we get to do another strike. I'm going to strike this. Oh no, I need to defeat him first, didn't I? Because he's going to allow me to draw 2 cards and strike again. Yeah. Let's put it on that guy instead. Yeah, because I defeat him and he's going to let me strike again and draw 2 cards. All right. So this, I can apply any 2 committed dice to this card, and they deal damage to the enemy. This is where those yellow dice would have been helpful because I could just toss those in and. All right, so we got 3. So we can go ahead and commit second dice here. So that's 3. So he's defeated. We get to draw 2 cards and strike again. You can apply any 1 committed die to this card. It deals damage to this enemy. And then I get to draw a card and strike again. May apply blue. We'll need that next turn. So we're going to strike again. So. And then this is going to allow us to draw 1 card. Strike again. So we'll go ahead and do this. I didn't think I was going to run off the side of the board, but I guess we are. So this one here allows, it's -1 attack. So if I don't defeat him, he's going to be at 0. He's just not going to do any damage to me anyways. All right, so we're going to commit these 2. That is 2, so that's 3. We could commit this miss, but I think we're just going to wait to see what we get on this last roll. Oh, even here, actually, I forgot. So this says any 2 committed dice. Again, it could be any color. It could be purple, it could be red, it could be yellow if I had them. Because basically they're dice that I committed. Although I wonder if they have to be hits. See, now I'm thinking about this. Like, do they have to be hits? Because that's 4. Because now that's my question. Is does this have to be... It says apply the dice. So I would be applying a miss. Yeah, I think they would need to be hits. So these really would have only been good if I threw another color in there. I probably should have thrown another color in there. That's okay. I took him down to 0, so he's doing no damage to me. So All right, well, that's that. That was all my dice. All right, so clean up. He gets discarded. These go away. And there. He stays out. Again, doing 0 damage because I made him 0. Discard down to my hand size. I already have 3, or less than 3. Discard a top card to him. I guess we'll do this Sentry because I didn't like this Sentry earlier. That. Go to the purple. Exhaust this. I only get 1 back. I guess we're going to do green. Or I could do blue because I have this card. Blue. I need something to get my dice back. I need, or to upgrade my dice. This is kind of what I'm needing to do. 3. Do I draw back to my hand? It says discard down. I don't remember if I draw. No. Nope. Only draw a card if it's part of a strike to draw a card. Okay. So, this is still out there, unfortunately. So I can either just stay with this or try to bring something down. This just gives me health. And I don't have a lot of dice. That's the problem. I don't have a lot of dice. Now I'm figuring out, like, playing with somebody that has a 1. I mean, yes, I can apply green all the time, but 1 is not very good. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Do I bring another guy down? What's this one? All other enemies have +2 health. No, thank you. No, thank you. The enemy's health is reduced by 2 for each other enemy in the active area to a minimum. Oh, so his health goes down if I bring him in. So he would be 4. He would be 4. The problem is none of the cards I have do extra damage. I'm basically forced to draw as my first strike. Or I have to commit basically everything I have, and I have no way to get all that back. Because again, my recovery is only 1. I need a way to recover dice. Need a way to recover dice. None of these recover dice. I don't want to commit that many dice. I don't want to commit, like, I mean, I could commit 3, but that'd be lucky if I'd get 5 on 3. We're going to leave them up there. That's all I can do. We're going to leave them up there. All right, so we're going to strike. So we're going to... Oh, no, I can't even use that card on him. Oh, that didn't work out. I could use it on him. It's only doing 1 damage. Fine. Bring him down. Bring him down. I got to get through these guys so I can find the ones I want. All right. So we will strike... No, I can't strike him either. Never mind. Put him back. Can't strike them at all. I could strike him, but he's going to give that one +2 hit points. But he's only got 3. It would get me through that. And then apply 1 banished die. Set to... Oh, I don't have any banished die. So apply 1 banished die, set to a hit, or up to 2 dice applied to this enemy to another. Okay, so he's going to allow me to apply him to somebody else. No, let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. Because he's going to allow me to apply the dice from him to them. Or it was 2 options. I either could, if I had banished die, I could just bring the banished die back. It's just a way to bring back the banished die. All right, so now we can apply blue to that guy. All right, so we're going to take him out so we can put him up there. That's the goal. Ooh, that was a good roll. So there's our 3. Put this one up here. So we can apply up to, yeah, so we defeated him. Apply 1 banished or up to 2 dice to them. That defeats him. Now this one's at 2, 3, 4. So I need to do another strategy phase. So while we have this card in our hand, we'll go ahead and play it to get us to 5. And we will commit, unfortunately, 1 more die. That is 5. So that gets rid of him. We get to get the Vicious Hex. Vicious Hex. There it is, Vicious Hex. All right. So I have no cards in my hand. I do not have a draw pile. So it means I have to, I'll banish a card from my discard. I can apply purple to an enemy. So. The -1 to attack, I don't care too much for. Yeah, the -1 to attack, I'm not as concerned about, so we'll banish that. We'll put the Hex in the deck. All right. He is defeated. He is defeated. Get rid of my dice. Bring 1 back. That sucks. Rotate the counter. Discard both of these. And find somebody to put with the orphan, or the Orphaned Heart. Yeah, I could bring him down. And he seems like actually he would be the easiest, and I don't care about that item. Don't care about using him as an item, so put him in there. All right, the new one. After you suffer damage, after the suffer damage step, you gain the reward of a undefeated enemy. Oh, so you kind of got to leave somebody in play so you can gain their bonus. Well, here we go. Cover 4 dice. Guess we know who we're going after this time, don't we? That choice was made for me. So actually, we're going to skip the recover step, though, but we do get 4 dice. So basically, we're getting 4 back instead of 1. I want to bring back green instead of purple. Oh, for the subsequent. Oh, yeah, because I can use that. Green doesn't hit as much. Oh, when I have to bring back 4? Yeah, probably. Oh, no, you're right. I can't apply red, and I don't have any cards. You're right. You are right, David. Good catch. It's only 1, though. I only have to do 2 damage to him, luckily. So my option is either red or throw the green, and well, I have to throw the green and red anyways, right? Yeah. So yeah. So I'm in my strike phase. I can't strike because I have no cards, so I'm going to shuffle. Hopefully we get the draw card strike. Out of all the ones that are in here, that's the one I'd prefer. All right. So, draw a card. I can apply yellow to this enemy. That is not helpful to me. So, there we go. Crit. All right. So, recover up to 4 dice. So we're going to be in yellow next. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And then clean up, exhaust. You go away. We don't get to do an actual recovery step this turn. So that's a big pile of exhausted dice. If I wouldn't have defeated him, I kind of was hoping I wouldn't defeat him so I could have drawn another card. Another strike card. All right. So now we need to discard. We don't need to discard. We need to add somebody over here. Living Ice cannot apply dice that does not match the current color to this enemy unless you first exhaust a committed or ready die of the same color that is being applied. I don't like you. This enemy's health is reduced by each other one in play. I think I'm fine with that one going in there. What are we at? 4? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're at 4. Let's put these on. I was putting them underneath, but I probably should just put them off to the side. So we're at 4. 4 of 8. All right. We are in yellow. Yellow. They call me Mr. Mellow Yellow. There's no Mr. in that song. When this enemy is defeated, immediately proceed to the resolve phase. Ooh. Recover up to 3 dice or place up to 2 banished dice back in it. Well, I kind of gotta go after him too. Guess we're gonna bring him down. I need to find, I have not found any, I don't know where. These guys are keep letting me recover my dice right now, which is cool. I don't care about him. He's strategy. I would imagine this is probably the deck that has the increase recovery. So we will see. We'll bring him in. We get to do our strike phase. We can already apply yellow, so we will go ahead and do this. You may adjust the dial to the next color in either direction. I don't need to make it green, and doing red does not help me. So, that was my strike. I'm going to apply dice. Let's try for 2 and see if we can get a crit. Oh, money. Money. All right. When he's defeated, we immediately go to the resolve step. Cover up to, first we do our instant. Recover up to 3 dice. So we're going into green next. So we should always recover our green. David's right. Always recover the green. And then recover. I guess what's coming up next is blue. And oh, well, I have this yellow. Let's recover another yellow because that'd be like a freebie. And then a blue. Then we go to our recovery step. Recovery step. This will allow me to adjust it to blue, and then I can still apply green. So let's recover a blue. And these get exhausted. He goes away. We only have 2 cards in our hands. We don't have to discard. Crits applied to this enemy deal 1 damage. After you suffer damage, gain the reward of an undefeated enemy. Let's get rid of him because I want to dig through here. I think that what I need is, there it is. I was about to say, I think what I need is in this pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's only going to bring 1 with him. But if one of them says plus, then they'll bring 1 with him. All right. So, it kind of made my choice for me. We're going to do him because I need that. Ooh, do I do both? Do I do both? There are only 3. But he's going to bring another one with him too. Or this one. At the start of the engagement, set the dial to red. That's not going to help me. Because I don't have my red die. So definitely don't want to bring him out. He's going to bring a friend. He's the only one that's not going to bring a friend. I was debating. I was like, oh, I could bring him again. I'll probably do him next time to get this up to a 2. Or to a 3. All right, so we're at 7. Crits only do 1 damage to him. All right, so we get to strike. Oh, I forgot to turn this, didn't I? Yeah. All right, so we're going to strike with this one. I can't apply nothing to this one. This one's just what it is. I gotta roll it. That allows me to adjust the dial 1. We're going to go back to the blue. We are going to take all of these. See? I mean, if I need to, I can strike and add the yellow. So 2. Whoops, that was a single 3. That gets rid of him, which means we immediately up to 2. And then 1 to him of 4. Oh, but I can't do crits. Which means I can't do 2 with 2 dice. So I need all of these to be hits. So we're going to do our next strike. To apply 1 there. Wonder if I should have done a draw. Well, we get one more roll and 1 more strike. Crits can't be applied. Well, they can, but they only do 1 damage. So that's fine. I'll still apply it. That still does 2 damage. All right, get 1 more strike, which allows me to draw a card. We apply any 1 committed die to this card. It deals damage to the enemy. Draw a card and strike again. Can't do that because the strike was the draw. All right, so we need hits. That was only 3. Dang it! So he's going to hit us. All right, we defeated this one. This one we didn't defeat. So he's going to do 1 damage to us. So it takes us down to... Good thing we did that healing earlier. 4. Right? And dice aren't persistent. Dice aren't persistent. Always got to double check, because every 20 strong has slightly different rules. So, resolve phase, suffer damage, after effects, resolve state, move all committed dice, applied or not. Yep. All right, so this one is making us do all committed dice. All right, discard that. Discard Archibald. Something was in the wrong pile. That one was in the wrong pile. He hangs out. This goes there. I have my charge, so I'm good there. Recover 2. We're going to be in purple. So we're just going to recover 2 purple. Because we can commit them all anyways. This is not looking good. I need more dice recovery. Which this will do. Alright, but he's going to bring in a friend. Which will be this guy. Because he has dice recovery. Oh, no. But he's going to make me set it to red. So actually, let's do this instead. And I hope I get... Do I have a card that says allow purple? Well, I have this one. I have this one. Okay. All right. So, we got to throw somebody in there. You may apply misses on this enemy. Misses applied to this enemy deal 1 damage, and 1 damage applied to this enemy does... Okay, so you have to do misses to him. When you apply a crit from a yellow, +1 health or draw a card. That's hard to get. I want to say it's impossible. It's probably impossible to get. I don't want to get rid of him. So I guess we'll get rid of this guy. All right, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I almost say I probably should have put him in there, and then maybe on the final round I'd be in red, but then it'd require me to have every other card that added a color. A red and a green? Oh, in case I don't get the purple. Well, yeah, because you're right, because I do the red and green. You're right. My charge is 1 die. My charge is 1 die. Good catch, David. Good catch. All right. So we're going to do it again. I need to increase this. So we're going to bring him in. And we're going to bring in his friend over here. His friend is going to set this to red. All right. So 2, 3. It's 4 damage. If I don't take everything out, or I take nothing out, then that's gonna be it. All right. So we get to strike. It's a high. I'm gonna strike this guy first. Yeah, let's get rid of... I want to get rid of him because he's got this. He's got my raise, and that's my most important thing. This is good, right? It recovers 3 dice, but I want to get him. So this allows me to apply any... Oh, no, that doesn't line up. Dang it. I need to put that on this guy. Move things around. Has to go on him because I want to be able to use both. So draw 1 card and strike again. 1 card, strike again. Ooh, you may apply purple. to this enemy. And look how pretty that lines up. Look how pretty. So pretty. So pretty. Oh, instead of red and purple, red and green. Yeah, well, I mean, it worked out, right? I got the purple. See, it worked out. I got the purple, and I'd prefer to have the purple over the green. But this guy was going to turn it to red anyways, so that's why I grabbed the red. It's a guaranteed hit. But we want the 3 on that guy's what we want. So we have 1 hit and a miss. So we'll take the hit. Which means really this card I didn't need except for getting that bonus. Do I hit him? All right, that's that. Strike phase. I'm gonna draw a card. Do 1 damage to this enemy if it would defeat this. Ooh, there we go. I'm gonna have to take damage from that. I can't do anything with that one. So we're gonna re-roll. There we go. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. We have no more dice to commit. Oh, hang on. Forgot. When I defeated him. Oh. Okay, we get to strike again. For our 3rd strategy. I don't have any dice, but we're going to strike again for this. Deal 1 damage, because it does defeat him. Defeat him. Recover 3 dice. Which I would say I would apply to him, but I feel like I shouldn't. This is going to go to yellow next round, so let's get 3. Let's get our 3 green back. Let's get our 3 green back. We can always use green. Get our 3 green back. Yeah, so that's gone. We defeated him, so this makes this go to a 3 now. So we do get 3 more dice back. So that's good. The question is, do I want to try to defeat him with the 3 dice that I got back? Could I get 2 crits? I mean, that's what it'd be. I'd have to get 2 crits to take him out. Oh no, sorry. Crits only apply 1 damage. So no, I wouldn't be able to do it with 3 dice. So he's hanging out. All right, that's it. He's going to do 1 damage to me. Takes me down to 3. Luckily, I've got that healing card. That was like the first card I got was a healing card, so that's good. All right. Discard these. Exhaust. Exhaust. You go up there. You go over there. You go... Where do you go? You go there. You keep hanging out with me. All right, so this is a healing one. If this enemy is not defeated, flip the boss card. That is the new boss. What are we at in here? Let's make sure we remember to turn that to yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're at 6 of 8. 6 of 8. What do we have? Pale Lady. At the start of engagement, shuffle your deck, hand, and discard together. Then draw a new hand equal to... Ooh. I think I want to go against her because she's going to give me a whole new hand. I like that. All right, so who's going in there? Before the suffer damage step, if this enemy is not defeated, discard it and add it to the stack. Ignore this effect and then... Oh, well, fine. He's going to add himself to that stack anyway, so... You volunteered. More like voluntold. Now I can recover 3 yellow. Yes. Thank you, David. Technically, I can recover 2 yellow and a green. But you're right. I'd rather waste yellow dice than green dice. Even though green have a better hit chance. All right. And I committed to the Pale Lady because I think that's what I want to do. Pale Lady, the start of your engagement, shuffle everything back together. I wish it would have said banish too. And I wish it even had banish because like, oh, that'd be a good and easy way to get your banished cards back. Although I really don't care for those banished cards. All right, and then draw a hand equal to the size of your. Oh, sorry, I completely missed that step that said hand the size of my previous hand. My previous hand was 0. That's fine. She's a 3. She's easy to take out. And then I get this ability. At any time, you discard 2 combat cards, exhaust 2 dice, or banish 1 die to strike again. Okay. So basically it gives me extra strike. I need more recovery guys. Need more recovery guys. Because I want to commit as little dice as possible. That 4 is kind of... That 4 is bothering me. Especially, it's just because I can't apply a crit to him. So we're going to use all my yellow and one green. All right. So we're going to do a strike. I forgot. I'm not committing dice yet. Sorry. I need to strike. I can apply yellow. That doesn't do me any good this round. So 1, 2, and a crit. We have 2 and a 1. This guy is just... I'm not going to get rid of him until I have higher dice. Do I add another die? Do I add another die? I think I need to save those dice for the next one, right? What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. So it's once there's 8. So we're going to add... Is it once there's 8? Or the round after? I think we're going up against the boss after this. Let me look. In game, start of in game, at the start of activation, if at least 8, yeah, so at the start of activation. Yeah. So we're going to fight the boss in the next round. And unfortunately, we're going to be fighting the boss in green. Ooh, that sucks. Yeah, I don't want to commit those 2 dice. It's the only 2 I've got left. So we will strike again. Ooh, that might help. If we get one more roll, that'll maybe help. All right. There is our 3. So she's defeated. We could strike again. I could strike again to get more card. Well, no, I can't add anything to him. Actually, I couldn't add anything to either one of them. I don't know what I was thinking. I can't add anything to him. If you can get rid of him, does it go against the Pale Lady? No, you have to apply. So one of the steps is strike, commit dice, roll dice. You have to apply dice. After you apply dice, then you start the strategy phase over again. So I had to have applied the dice to something first. So, yeah. I probably should have taken him out first instead of the Pale Lady. I don't know. That's what it is. All right, he's doing 1 damage to me. Zoop. Exhaust. Exhaust. We do get her, though. We do have her as a inventory, as a helper. He hangs out. We have to add somebody to that pile. This enemy is not defeated. Flip the boss card. That's the new boss now. During the suffer damage step, this enemy reduces your... He reduces my recovery. I think we're going to do the Silent Pilgrim because he allows me to apply any color dice. Alright. So, now, in the activate stage, let's go to endgame. In-game rounds, okay, so skip activation. After the first round of the in-game, skip activation for all subsequent rounds. Yeah, so it says activate the boss instead of an enemy from the deck. So he gets activated. All right. Undefeated cards remain. In the cleanup step, undefeated cards remain in the action area. They remain active and must be faced again in the next round. Dice applied to those undefeated enemies are exhausted and the exhaust dice as normal. The boss has an additional plus. Shuffle the Menhir Stack and activate them from the stack from all other enemies. Add the plus icon, non-boss enemies are ignored. Okay, so he's only going to add one card. Okay, he only adds one. So hopefully, so in-game was triggered once we had 8 enemies in this stack. So once we had 8 in here. Oh, well, that's not good. The cards are colored. So I have to shuffle. And normally it doesn't, did it say if it needs to be face down or face up? Just says activate them from the stack. So normally the stacks are face up, so we are going to make this face up. And you may apply any dice of any color to this enemy unless restricted by another enemy. So after each strategy phase in which you played one card or more. Oh, no, sorry. We don't do that yet. That's when we play a card to him. Then he adds another one. So after each strategy, oh, it's just going to keep making more baddies come out. I was thinking, oh, he's going to be easy because he only brings one guy. No. All right, so we skipped our recovery stage a few minutes ago. We're currently in green. I can apply yellow because I have that card. That'll make him bring a friend. I don't think we can do it. I think I have too many dice in there. This one's tough. This one's hard. Yeah, 3 dice recovery. Yeah, I'm catching it now, David. Yeah. This one's hard. And they did say this is the simplest to like understand like how the cards and how the stuff works, but they said this is the hardest, I think, of the 3 new ones. And I can see why, because you're so restricted on what you can play that you're like spending a lot more dice than you normally would, I think. So at any time I can discard 2 combat cards, exhaust 2 dice, or banish 1 die to strike again. So this would be good because now I can strike more than once, and it's only going to bring out one baddie. To do that, I do have to discard 2 cards or banish a die, which I'm fine with banishing some of the dies that I probably can't use. All right, let's see what we can do. See what we can do. All right. He's hitting me for 2. That sucks. So if I can't defeat him, I lose anyways. If I can't defeat him in this turn, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I need all crits. Then I lose if I can't defeat him this turn. I have to commit everything to him because this is not going to help me. But again, as soon as I commit, he's going to bring out a friend. And those 2 combined will probably be over. Yeah, he's hitting for 2. Yeah, there's no way for me to win this. I'll go through it just to show, but it's impossible to win because he's going to hit for 2. He's going to hit for 1, right? I got rid of my -1 damage card, right? If I don't take him out, he's hitting for 2, right? And I'm guaranteed to have him come out because I'm going to add a card to him. Yeah. All right. So here we go. So we're going to strike with that. Unfortunately, I don't get to strike again. Dang it. I need a bottom. I could strike by drawing a card. That slightly helps me. Slightly. All right. We're going to commit all the dice because it's all we can do. Did you want to recover 2 yellow, 1 green? Oh, what did I recover earlier? What did I recover? Did I recover all yellow? Maybe I shouldn't. You're right. Maybe I shouldn't have recovered all yellow. Why would I have recovered yellow over green? I was going to be in green. Is that what I did? Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's 2, 3 there. All right. So now we get to strike. So we're going to play this, which will allow us to apply blue, but I'm not playing it for that because I have no blue dice. I am going to banish a die, so we're just going to banish this yellow. Goodbye, yellow. So that way we can do my ability. My ability is I'm going to do this one to strike again, so I can draw 2 cards. And then that allows me to strike again, which I could heal. Oh man, that sucks. So, because I put a crit on there, regular ones are going to apply and do 2. And the crit is going to do 0. And I've already applied that because you have to apply the dice. The yellow can't be applied until I play this card. So we need to strike again so I can apply yellow. All right, so we've completed that. So he's bringing out his friend. His friend can come chill out over here. I don't care where his friend chills out. I can't add anything to these two anyways. So we're there. All right, now we get to roll again for our second strategy. That's 2 more. So we're at 2, 4, 5, 6, but I'm going to play this card that doubles these. So that's 2, 4, 6, and that's 0. So we're currently at 6. So this isn't one-time use. So technically I could have kept doing this until I got all my cards out there. So we're going to do that. We're going to banish 2 more yellow dice. Boop, boop. To strike once. Well, that's the strike for my turn. Sorry, I should have done this on the last turn because he adds cards when I don't. So I'm going to strike there, and I would have stricken there with those 2 that I did. So this will make these 2s. This will heal me 2. So it puts me up to 4. I'm out of cards. Now we're going into my next strategy phase. So to strike, I will have to draw a card. I won't be able to apply it. Well, I can apply it here. All right. So final blow. This will do 1 damage. I can do this after I do everything else because I can use this card's ability to strike again. So we are currently at 2, 4, 6, 7. So if this hits a 1, we're good. 1, that's 9. Oh, forgot he brought out a friend. No, I didn't strike that turn, did I? I drew a card, so that was no strike. Right? I did all of this. Did I do all of this in 1 turn? So I drew 2 cards. I remember I had to retroactively do this other part for these 2. But I did all 3 of these in 1 turn, right? If I remember correctly. So yeah, so he wouldn't have had another guy come out. Right. So he's defeated, which is good. Now I have no more dice I can commit or do anything with. So now these 2 guys are going to hit me. So they're going to hit me for 3. Luckily I healed, because now I'm down to 1. These all get discarded. The boss is done. So we have defeated him. Now we just got to defeat both of these guys. All of this gets exhausted. We're going to be in blue. So since we're going to be in blue, let's recover 3 blue dice. You're all banished. You are banished. You are nothing to me. Unfortunately, these have to be straight damage. because I can't apply cards to them. So with 3 dice, can I even do 8 damage with 3 dice? No. Did you win? The boss dead? Well, the boss is dead. So I have saved the village. But I think I am going to be going down with the village. David, it's an Arkham Asylum scenario all over again. I'm going to go down swinging. All right. So, strike. I can't strike because it really doesn't do me any good to strike because I can't apply any of these cards, but I'll go ahead and draw one. All right. So that is a crit. That's 2. We get to strike. Again, doesn't do anything. That is 3. Strike. That is 4. So he is defeated. When gaining a reward, gain the reward a second time. So again, he's not going to do me any good anymore. And then unfortunately, because I cannot defeat that mathematically, it was not possible. I'm actually surprised I beat the boss. So going to hit me for 1. And that was my last hit point. Didn't win. Did win. That's okay. Sometimes you don't win. We went down in a blaze of glory of nature and love and kindness. I don't know. She's a nature person. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do our final thoughts because this is a preview playthrough. Most of these extra life ones I have not done final thoughts, even if they were new games to me, just because I needed to get on to the next game. This one, I want to help you guys make an informed decision if this is the game for you. So first thing is the components. The components, of course, this is a prototype, as mentioned. However, it is a chip theory game, so all of its stuff's going to be deluxeified and great and grand. Like I said, I did show you the cards. If I had to say one thing about the components that kind of, I like the art because, again, this is Awakened Realms art before they were into doing AI art. Again, I've mentioned before, I'm not one way or the other with AI art. Some people like it, some people don't. I work with AI in my job. If I want to make money, I kind of have to accept it. It's the future of the world. I'm a technophobe, or not technophobe, technophile. I like technology. I like seeing where it goes and hopefully get better. I digress on all of that, but I like the art. This is the art style from Tainted Grail. Awakened Realms always does great art. However, I don't know with the card design if this mirrors the Tainted Grail cards. I didn't look at them, but it is a little busy and the font is a little bit hard to read in some cases. It's more the titles of the characters and stuff, not so much the text down here. This text is perfectly fine and perfectly clear. But like the banners and stuff, it just seems busy, like overdone. But again, that may be the style that was in the Awakened Realms game. I have not played my Awakened Realms Tainted Grail copy, so I can't say. That was the only thing that was kind of off-putting on me. The green's kind of a weird green with the red. The blue's fine, the gray's fine, the purple's fine. But yeah, that was just something I noticed. The red at first threw me off as well because all of them have this red from the border, but then it's got like a little bit of purple on it. So that was kind of throwing me off at first too, but I figured it out. But yeah, otherwise components are gonna be good, right? You got great dice, the dials. Even the little plastic one, right? You get a magnetic chip that goes in there. If you buy the upgraded one, then you get the metal one that I was using during the playthrough. So yeah, components are good. Mechanics. So the mechanics of this, again, this is new. Like at least none of the ones I've played. Now, if somebody's played all of the different 20 strong decks, I think I've got, how many do I got left to play? Come here, you. Oh, that's heavy. This is going to get really heavy eventually. Actually, no, I think the only one I haven't played is Halpamachus Victorum. Halpamachus? And I haven't played the Baba Yaga campaign yet. But the uniqueness of adding and combining the cards is very neat. I like that card play versus just the dice rolling. And I didn't mention this in the ether fields, but kind of the same thing here, right? One of the detriments of a dice rolling game is you're restricted to the dice. You either win or lose based on the dice. So both with ether fields and now with Tainted Grail, the way they've done this, the cards actually can help you mitigate those dice more. So if you're somebody who doesn't like randomness of dice draws, you now have something that might be able to help you out. With the ether fields, I felt like it make it really easy, right? I used the dice almost not at all. Like in the final mission, I just chucked all my dice in there because I had so many. So I think that's a neat play on their mechanics, at least of the base system. The way the boss works, the way you get to choose your guys, I think that's nice. It's unique. You can kind of pick your battles. You are still having to dig to do something. So for example, my character, I needed more recovery and it was several deep. Now I know, and now playing it once, I've learned, right? The gray ones, all the bottom of the grays are your upgrades, right? I should have been going through that first, whether it was to put them in the, what do they call it again? The Menhir Stack, or whether it was just to fight them. So that way I could hopefully get the additions to my recovery. This one here, the yellow ones or the green ones, they're basically your instant abilities that happen. The blue ones are basically your items. And then the purple ones are the ones that are going to help you upgrade your deck. So again, I think that's very neat how they did that. Based on whatever you need to do for your playstyle. Do I need to upgrade my stats? Well, I'm going to go after the gray ones. Do I want to get some abilities? I could go after the blue ones. Do I want to have some kind of thing happen? Like when I was getting really low on dice, I was going after the green ones so I could do that recovery and get all those dice back. So I like all that. I mean, there's nothing in the way that worked I didn't like. If anything I didn't like, I'm trying to think, was there anything like I really didn't like? Not so much. I mean, the boss I chose was a hard boss. The restriction of the color, but I mean, that's kind of the puzzle, right? If you remove the restriction of the puzzle, I would have just been blazing through this. So overall, I mean, the mechanics are good. Next is the difficulty. So this one is one of the more difficult ones, not in the way that it plays, but I think in the way that the bad guys are and the way that you have to attempt your challenges with the restriction of the color, right? If you don't get the draw, so again, you get your randomness, if you don't get the card draw to get the color that you can play, then you can't do it. Now, if you're playing somebody, for example, other than who I was playing, you're not going to be able to play green every single round. I was able to play green every single round. So even if it was a different color, I could do that. So that is all going to amp up the difficulty. And then for the, as I always say, the masochists out there that enjoy things being more difficult, you can go here and make it more difficult. Let's see, rank 5 in setup, banish 1 die of each color. You have no red, and you have 3 of each color die. That's it. If somebody beats rank 5, let me know in the comments. That's just crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. They're when I'm trying to read, if I was just saying cumulative, it would be fine. There we go. So that means actually you reduce your hand limit by the number of cards in your inventory. The boss activates when there's 7 or more instead of 8. This in setup, -1 to a stat of your choice. And then, of course, the banish 1 of each color. Yeah! Somebody beats rank 5, let me know, because this was hard enough for me. Fun at 2. Don't play it at 2. This is not a co-op. When we play Nemesis, I'll tell you how I think that would work as co-op. Or semi-co-op, because it is Nemesis. But as a solo game, I like this. It's another good little puzzle. I like the 20 strong system. I don't like this one any more or less than any of the other ones I play. I guess more. I gotta play the first one again. But if I were to say compared this one to Etherfields, I kind of like the Etherfields a little bit better because of the exploration aspect you get there. Compared to 20 strong that I played this morning, I don't know. I mean, I probably about the same on both of those. I like the 20 strong in the way that it worked. I liked because you get to do kind of the dungeon delve. And I like this one because I like that, like I said, that card play where you're trying to build your combos and looking like once I did draw a card. I'm like, well, I can't even play any of my cards on that. And I put them back. Whether or not you should do that or not, that's your game. You have fun. Do you. Next is the theme, or the last thing is the theme. Again, I've not played Tainted Grail. I'm familiar with Tainted Grail. I did play the video game for like a short period when it was on Xbox Game Pass. But the theme of Arthurian legend and some type of corruption happening and stuff, I like that theme. It's a reason we haven't been able to play the Tainted Grail. One, it came while we were on a small hiatus. But two, it's a theme that Audrey probably wouldn't want to play. So I would have had to play it solo, even back then if I would have had the game when we were both doing content most of the time. So I'm very interested in the theme. Does the theme shine through? I don't know. I don't know. Do these make sense with who they chose for each one? I mean, I guess kind of, right? I'm guessing in the game, Morgaine, the Hester agent, the jury peers, or renegade troops are maybe people you find NPCs in the game. So it makes sense that they're the helper ones. The random fighting guys that upgrade your dice. I don't know. I don't know if there was some thematic connection to all of these. It doesn't matter. Does it miss some theme by not having story? Sure. But I don't think you're playing this to play Tainted Grail. You're playing this to play this. You play Tainted Grail to play Tainted Grail. So I wouldn't say it is a full replacement for that campaign style game. This is more of a, I like the campaign style game. I want to have more in that world. I'll go out here and just beat up on some guys for a little bit. Took me about an hour and a half with me rambling now, with me rambling in the beginning, tell you how you guys play. So probably, 45 minutes to an hour gameplay to get this done. All right, that is that, guys. We'll go back to webcam only. Without card titles, I don't notice the theme. Yeah. So yeah, the cards do each have a title. So this is the one I couldn't beat was a resentful priest. He's very resentful. The one I did beat, that was a silent pilgrim. Silent pilgrim. So they do all have names like the living ice, David. I don't know if like the living ice gain nature's help. So let's see here. Nature's help. Oh, it's actually the one on top. So set the dial to color of your choice. He's the living ice elemental. Is that nature? I think that would have worked better with like a nature looking dude. Animal sense, brutal attack, strategist, inspire. There's that witch's claw, falcon dive, meat cleaver. I'd imagine most of them kind of fit the guys when you're beating them. I don't know. I don't know. Either way, guys, appreciate you from showing up, coming out, looking, watching the game. If you're watching this as a VOD, then of course, thank you. Thumbs up, comment down below. Let me know what rules mistakes I probably made. David out there is trying to catch them for me while I'm playing live. That always helps. If you guys want to help me when I'm playing live, just make sure you hit the notify me or you come out and join me. If you want to do the thing that I'm playing these games for all this week, David just took care of it for me. Extra Life Charities, go out to the link in the description below or the one in the chat. Go out, make a donation, $1, $5, $10, $100, or like our anonymous donor there, $250. Every dollar helps the kids at Children's Miracle Network, specifically the hospitals and the other things that they do. If you want to know more about where that money goes, you can go out to the social medias and they have like little pie charts that says, where does my dollar go? And it goes a long way. If you want to get some games for my collection, some promo cards, a lot of promo cards, some prototypes. I do have some prototypes. I don't know about these prototypes. I'll have to check with Andrew at Chip Theory to see what his plans are for these after I'm done with them. Whether he's just going to have me hang on to them or whether he's going to want me to send them on to another creator or whether we can give away for charity. If you want to do any of that, make sure you go and subscribe to my geek list or to the blog on BGG. That way you know when I add certain things to either of those. If you want to enter to win a bunch of board games, well, that's down there below too. Make a donation, choose the amount of entries you want, and try to win some games. They will be of your choice, minus, I think, Frozen Frontier. Then again, if you don't want Frozen Frontier, you want something else, that works too. Either way, guys, next stream is at 9 p.m., like David said in the chat. That will be Nemesis. I will be playing three-handed. I am going to be playing with the Catanaut, plus two of the ones that come in the box. The Catanaut is a promo card. Oh, speaking of promo cards, we should be getting some Chip Theory promo cards that will also be going up for Culling for Charity. That's a lot. I'm losing my voice. That's a lot of talking. Quiet. Either way, guys, until next time, peace.